Linda Cloffer. Or no, Kelly Cloffer. Why does he keep saying Linda? Donate Right is online fundraising platform designed to empower conservative efforts to leave. Okay, sure. Is a digital canvassing tool designed to empower conservative efforts to quickly and easily reach voters. Okay. As a leading edge feature rich utility model payment processor, Donate Right brings efficiency to fundraising. Oh, so it's like a place where it's like a place where they can get, like, if you get people to donate, they donate there. And then digital canvassing, I guess that's like reaching out to random people on the internet. I'll bet you it says something about trying to reach influencers. Let's see. Oh, grassroots gig group for campaign. Target and engage and mobilize voters with a cost-effective winning field program. Canvassing on demand. Reach voters with on-demand local canvassing and benefit from unparalleled fraud detection. This is weird. Transparent pricing. Get an upfront quote based on your target universe with no hidden fees. Seamless voter contact. Save time and money while we manage the recruitment, deployment, and payment functions. Is this like something to help you get voted into some kind of office? And if so, why is this like a general public thing? Like if I did this, like I could potentially get some votes? View the results of your field program in real time and leverage your data to enhance voter contacts and insight. Okay, here we go. How it works. Identify targets. The app creates efficient walkbooks based on your target voter list, coupled with tailored surveys at the door. Meaning, are you like answering the door and having a conversation, and then you're putting their like life, like white man 40, and then it asks questions based off that? Get matched with canvassers. Train local canvassers in our database. Select walkbooks to complete. Engage your voters. Canvassers complete walkbooks and surveys under supervision of our team. This isn't paid, I don't think. Like it's like you're what? What is this? That's weird, Kelly. I'm not gonna give her a good grade. I don't like her pick. I'm gonna give her a I'm gonna give her a D because I don't know if there's a D league in women's basketball. I don't want to fail her. I should probably just give her an F. I think this is an F pick because she can't her business, but like she can't even run her own business. I mean, they got the president elected, so I guess they did a good job, but at the same time, what has she really done other than donate? That's an F. Sorry, Kelly. Sounds like Trump had a some kind of thing with this preacher man, your husband. Hmm. Interesting. All right, so that's an F. F to start. All right, I like this guy. I think Jameson Greer. I don't know what he's done bad. So before, maybe he didn't do anything bad, but he just looks like he stole something. Like a little kid. He's like one of those bad kids you went to high school with, and he like comes over with like a bag of candy. Like, hey, I just took all this from the 7-Eleven. All right. Anyways, Jameson Greer. Okay, here's what he is. He is an American trade official, lawyer, and politician. He is a partner in international trade at King and Spalding. He was chief of staff to Trade Representative Robert Ligethar from 2017 to 2021. He was nominated to be the United States Trade Representative. Now that makes sense. Like he's in the actual business with people internationally, which seems to be a big talking point for what we're going to have to focus on to have a positive presidency. Talking tariffs and not increasing our pricing and things like that. I don't know. That's what I hear. Um, he served in the United States Air Force, judge, advocate, and general's corps. He served in Kansas and Turkey. He was sent to Iraq. Wow, this dude, where he was chief of military justice. Worked in a private law firm focusing on trade law. Yeah, hell yeah, this is a great pick. I mean, his title, United States Trade Representative, was a lawyer, was a trade lawyer, worked in trade. a partner in trade, so he knows his shit. This is an A pick. He's lined up perfectly. All right, Brooke. Brooke Rollins, Secretary of Agriculture. Secretary of Agriculture. She Rollins previously served as Deputy General Counsel, Ethics Advisor, and Policy Director in Texas Governor Rick Perry. She is an advocate of criminal justice reform, which was the Rollins was the president and CEO of Texas Public Policy Foundation, an Austin-based conservative think tank from 2003 through 2018. During her tenure at TPPF, the think tank grew from having a staff of 3 to 100. Wow. Rollins oversaw the White House Office of American Innovation under President Donald Trump. She also served as acting director of the United States Domestic Policy Council under Trump. Rollins served as president and CEO of America First Policy Institute. Life and education. Raised in Texas. Career, this is what we want. Okay. After graduating from law school, worked for several years at Hughes and Lucy in Dallas and clerked under the U.S. Federal District Court judge. Previously served as general counsel, ethics advisor, and policy director to Texas Governor Rick Perry. Was the president and CEO. Trump administration. Rollins was encouraged passing the First Step Act. The First Step Act, formerly Incarcerated Renter Society Transform Safely Transitioning Every Person Act. Jesus Christ. Bipartisan criminal justice bill passed. Great. Signed by Trump. In her first public interview, acting director of Domestic Policy Council, Rollins said she would focus on bringing together all sides to the table to figure out how we can move forward together. Is that every person? That's pretty generic. She said the U.S. is a nation in mourning for the senseless death of George Floyd and the senseless loss of livelihood all over the country. All right. Rollins stuck an optimistic tone to the country's future, saying, "This is America, and we have been through difficult times before. We are a nation of doers and believers and dreamers, and we are a nation where if anybody tells us to step back, we step 3 feet forward." Wow. Amid nationwide protests and racial unrest, Rollins said we need everyone to rise above the division and the divide and come together. She said the White House was working through a list of solutions and possibilities, bipartisan. How do we come there? How do we do this? Okay. At the event announcing the singing of the new order, Trump said his goal was to maintain law and order as well as justice and safety. He said, reducing crime and raising standards are not opposite goals. They are not mutually exclusive. They work together. Okay. Of agriculture, it seems like, here's my thinking. Definitely like loyal to Trump, but also has that left little stuff in it to keep him honest. Seems like she would listen to Trump. Seems like she's very, I wouldn't say puppet-like, but would listen for sure. If RFK put something in place as far as agriculture, which he's going to have to work with her on, especially with like beef products, I think it's a good pick for Trump, but her individually, if it was any other Republican, B minus maybe. Pretty good, not bad. Political career hits that note that you need to hit on the left side. All right, now we got Russell Vogt. Russell Vogt is the Director of Office Management and Budget. So he would be like Michael Scott, probably. He kind of looks like Michael Scott, or like, not Michael Scott, but like an office manager type. So that's good. Good start. Previously Deputy Director of the OMB for part of 2018, Acting Director in 2019 and 2020. In 2021, Vogt founded the organization Center for Renewing America, which is focused on combating critical race theory. Okay. That checks a mark for the Republican side. He is involved with Project 2025. Is he? I thought that was proven not to be real. A Heritage Foundation led plan that seeks to reshape the federal government. Okay, so that checks another mark. Vogt was named policy director of the Republican National Committee platform in 2024. Early life. Bachelor of Arts, law school. Okay. Worked for Heritage Action, the lobbying arm of the Heritage Foundation. Oh, they're like school books, I'm pretty sure. He was the executive director and budget director of the Republican Study Committee. Okay. And a lot of other stuff. Okay. Budget guy. He was confirmed by the Senate on February 28th in a 50-49 vote. Vice President Mike Pence casted the tie-breaking vote. Wow. So he's loyal. During the confirmation hearings for vote nomination of the OMB, Senator Bernie Sanders questioned Vogt about a statement that Muslims do not simply have a deficient theology. They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his son, and they stand condemned. The Atlantic magazine and various Christian organizations denounced Sanders' questioning as a violation of the No Religious Test Clause. All right, that's weird. Looks like another loyal guy, but what about budget? He is a lawyer, so that's probably a good start. The Washington Post fact-checked Vogt's statement that only 5 to 7% of Biden's administration's $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan would go to actual roads and bridges and ports and things that you and I would say is real infrastructure, as the 3 Pinocchios out of 4. We're in 30 crash course CRT, one-stop shop for parents trying to hold their school board members accountable. Okay. Vogt confirmed that federal agents conducted a search of the home of his organization's director of litigation, Jeffrey Clark, a former U.S. Department of Justice official who participated in efforts to challenge the results of the 2020 presidential election. Okay, a lot of very politically powered here. I don't want to read the 2025 stuff. That's not even real, apparently. Okay. As of January 15th, 2025, during a hearing, Vogt did not commit to spend all the money assigned by Congress to the federal government. Okay. Yeah, this is another, he seems very charged, this guy, which is surprising. I would say, as office management and budget, he's probably a B, I'd say. That's another B. All right. Lori Chavez DeRemer, Secretary of Labor. Okay, let's see if she knows anything about work. She was the U.S. representative for Oregon's 5th Congressional District from 2023 to 2025. Republican, Happy Valley, Oregon. Bachelor's degree in business administration. Married a doctor. Local political career. Elected city council of Happy Valley. Elected mayor. Shares a Republican to replace her. She lost by 564 votes to businesswoman Jalen Bynum. Thought about running for governor. Decided not to run. Announced her plan to run again for the state house. Lost by 2,000 votes. House of Representatives, Dreamer, ran to the for congressional, just wants to be in Congress real bad. Lost another election. U.S. Secretary of Labor. That's it. What has she done? I mean, she led things, but like, I mean, no connection to labor whatsoever. I don't like that one. That's a, I mean, knows politics, I guess. I can't, I want to say D. I think that's an F. No, it's a D. It's a D. We'll go with D. Final answer. Sorry, Lori. Scott Turner. He is going to be the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Okay. Oh, he was a professional football player. I didn't know that. Very cool. Businessman, motivational speaker. Doesn't know. Let's see. Maybe he came up in a tough area. Early life is important on this one. Was born in Richardson, Texas, and grew up in Dallas area. He played football and ran track through high school. During study, Turner carried. Turner studied at the University of Illinois. Football he played it as wide receiver and became cornerback later on. Big Ten honors. Okay, cool. Drafted by the Redskins. And then played more seasons with the Chargers, so he was somewhat decent. All right. Worked for the intern Duncan Hunter. Later worked full-time as a congressman's office. 2006, he ran for the House of Representatives. Lost the election. Successfully ran for Texas House of Representatives. Unsuccessfully ran for Speaker of the House in 2015. All right, so another political guy. Oh, here we go. From 2007 to 2023, Turner worked at Systemware, a software company. Turner is the founder and president of community engagement, which help children who are living in poverty. Yay, that's a positive for his thing. Turner, not yay for poverty, but yay for him lining up to his position. Turner's wife, Robin Turner, owned Statesman Clothiers, a company, custom men's clothing company. Okay. Yeah, that brings him up to at least a C plus. That's pretty good. No, that's pretty good. I mean, he has something. We're gonna go B minus. Good job. All right, next up we got Scott Bennett. Scott Bennett. Scott Bessent. Scott Bessent. Secretary of the Treasury. All right, so this one's pretty important, I'd say. I feel like you need some, like these guys down here can have some things that don't line up, but like once you're in that territory, you got to be, I mean, still the White House, but still closer to the sun, then you got to be more knowledgeable. So Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent. Let's see. He looks like Jeb Bush. Is an American investor and hedge fund manager. Okay. Hedge fund manager, Treasury. Knows all the tricks of the trade. He was a partner at Soros Fund Management. George Soros. And the founder of Key Square Group. Oh, wow. This is not talked about, I feel like, and that's kind of a big deal, I feel like. Bessent was a major donor fundraiser for Donald Trump. Gave him a bunch of money, knows money. He's a money man. That's great. Good stuff. If confirmed by Senate, Bessent would be the first openly gay secretary in the Treasury. Wow. This guy might be an A plus. Honestly, he's only because if you're trying to get both sides happy, it also provide. I mean, not trying to say anything, but like, if you need like backup to whatever you're doing, it's like, no, he's gay. So yeah, that's a kind of a home run, I think. He was born. Bessent earned a bachelor's degree in political science. Okay, political science hedge fund manager, gives a bunch of money. Intern with Jim Rogers. Others, Bessent joined Soros. Partner, 1992, was a leading member of the team whose bet on Black Wednesday collapse of the British pound gained over $1 billion for his firm. He also bet against the Japanese yen, and he doesn't like people overseas, or not people, countries overseas being better than the U.S. Wow. And founded his own $1 billion hedge fund. Adjunct professor of economy. So he's kind of like in the same area, you know? He's at the tip of the iceberg and also knows behind the iceberg. Oh wow. He's been a donor for the left a lot until Trump picked him. Greenville, South Carolina, for Trump's 2024 campaign. That's pretty good. 3-point economy plan. He proposed a 3-point economic plan for Trump modeled on Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's Three Arrow Economic Party. Philanthropy. Open 2 foundations. I can't trust that. I mean, that's just a way to get tax-free money for yourself. Views. An article of fall 2022 commemorating Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Bessett wrote, President Trump's most enduring achievement may have been to wake the United States and the whole world to the growing dangers of ever more antagonistic China. In response, Abe's greatest foreign policy achievement was taking this awakening and developing multilateral solution for containment. Bessent also has praised Trump's proposal to implement board tariffs. Oh, he likes it. Okay, that's good. I think this is an A+. This is an A+. Good job, Scott. All right, let's talk about Pam. Pam Bondi. This is The Office. Pam. Attorney General. Interesting. So her and, yeah, I mean, she's going to be very important. She was an attorney, a lobbyist, and politician. Republican Party. Trump announced she would be nominated. Bondi's hometown, Temple Terrace, Florida. Bondi received a bachelor's with a major in criminal justice from the University of Florida in 87. In 1987, and Juris Doctor from Stetson in 1990. Okay, she's a doctorate. Member of the Delta sorority as an undergrad. Okay. Prosecutor and spokesperson. Perfect. She was an assistant state attorney. Perfect. Oh, Bondi prosecuted former Major League Baseball player Dwight Gooden in 2006 for violating the terms of his probation and for substance abuse. Oh, I mean, okay. Bondi also persecuted the defendants in Martin Anderson's death. Okay. So big stuff. Attorney General was the lead attorney general in an unsuccessful lawsuit seeking to overturn the Patent Protection Affordable Care Act, known as Obamacare, Florida versus the United States. Bondi expressed her opposition to medical marijuana. In 2016, Bondi gave a speech to the Republican National Convention during which she led Lock Her Up chants. Wow. So she's pretty cool. In 2018, Bondi joined with 19 other Republican-led states in a lawsuit to overturn ACA's ban on health insurance companies charging people with pre-existing conditions higher premiums. Oh, yeah, good. Okay, that's great. Banning same-sex marriage, so conservative values. The 5, 3 days in a row, also banned Sean Hannity's new Fox show. She's on TV, knows how to talk to people. That's great, actually, for Attorney General. In nominating her to the U.S. Attorney General, Trump said that as Florida Attorney General, she had worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdose deaths, which had destroyed many families across our country. And she had done an incredible job. In fact, however, Florida's age-adjusted rate of death from drug poisoning nearly doubled during her term. Okay, so CNN wrote this. Got it. Sorry. Lots of fundraising, donation. Final terms were. Obama was lobbying for Kuwait company to help with a case claimed extortion. In 2019, she was hired by the Trump administration. Okay, so she's been there before. Bondi spoken support, appearance on Trump Fox, challenged Bondi to provide evidence for her claims of fraud while she refused to do so. Okay, so stood by Trump. During the following lame duck session, Trump appointed Bondi board of trustees, led the legal arm of the Trump aligned first America First policy. Okay, so tight to Trump, super pretty smart, and has can talk with people, so she'll be able to talk. And yeah, that's got to be an A plus. That's a good pick. Huh. Linda McMahon, Secretary of Education. Interesting. This is gonna be a long one, but I'll go quick because we kind of know Linda McMahon from the WWE universe since she's married to Vince McMahon. That alone, I mean, you should be pretty solid to educate people on things, I think. On December 7th, yep, announced her. Pretty sure her and Mr. McMahon are college sweethearts, which is nice. Or they met like even younger than that, just like as friends. Let's find out. Worked as a receptionist at a law firm. Translator. Financially, the couple fared poorly for several years. Despite her husband working at a quarry, he briefly received food stamps. Wow. In 1976, after a series of failed business ventures, including financing stunt performer Evel Knievel's Snake River Canyon jump, and while pregnant with Stephanie, McMahon and her husband filed for bankruptcy. Wow, she's awesome. By 1979, Vince decided to start promoting wrestling events at the Cape Cod Coliseum. Purchased that. And Capital Wrestling. McMahon's moved to Greenwich, Connecticut. We have 6 grandchildren. Wow. So in the WWE, founded Titan Sports. Many worked in the company, referred to as the co-chief executive. McMahon became president in 1993, CEO in 1997. The company's explosive growth and the way it transformed the wrestling industry caused observers to label her as and Vince business geniuses. So she's behind Mr. McMahon. I mean, that alone is huge. That guy is larger than life, as controversial as he is. Okay. Memo to the president, McMahon, George Soros from the legal charging him steroid distribution. Although you and I discussed before about continuing to have Zarian at our events as the doctor's on call, I think that is now not a good idea. Vince agreed and would like for you to call Zohorian and tell him not to come anymore to our events, and to also clue him in on any action that the Justice Department is thinking of taking. So they're going after the steroid guy. Yeah, Chris Benoit. Ooh. They investigate steroid usage after that. Blah, blah, blah. PG rating. Changed to PG. Marketing strategy to start them young. Yep, good legacy, on-screen roles, charitable work, Get Real. Launched the Get Real program to deliver positive messages about education to young adults. Oh, okay. Know Your Role poster was the highest selling poster for 2 straight months. Yeah. Wow. Special Olympics, so looks out for those people. I saw the lawsuit, but what's the point right now? Going directly off of their position. Ran for Senate, didn't get it. Oh, look at that. She's done a lot. You know, a lot of people would be jealous of the amount that she's accomplished. Secretary of Education, nominee, education. Okay. New Student Commons building. Wow. Regarding her career as WWE executive, which she conducted in conjunction with her educational career and reflecting her respect for books and especially for bookmarks. It was reported on the internet site Education Week. Her interest in education did not appear through her work at WWE. Wow. Told lawmakers she had a lifelong interest in education and planned on to become a teacher. Wow. So that's got to be an A+. I mean, I can't just... I mean, she has the background in it, right? This is like the highest possible position she could have that still shows her excitement. This is like her passion. So that's an A+. Howard Lutnick. Secretary of Commerce, so another money man. American businessman, perfect. Succeeded Lutnick, chairman, CEO, BGC Group, after losing his 568 employees, including his brother, in the September 11th attacks. Lutnick also survived the subsequent collapse of the towers on the ground. He had since become known for his charity efforts through that. Okay. The president and dean of Harvard, an institution priding itself in Quaker heritage, called Lutnick a week after his father's death and offered him a full scholarship. He went to graduate. That's a good story. Got a degree in economics. Okay, good start. What do you do money-wise, though? Head of the London office. Big trades through stock and bond trading desks. Yes, okay. Going to debt for the first time. Took video platform Rumble public. Okay. I mean, this is another great story, honestly. I mean, yeah. Just based off Wikipedia, Hurricane Sandy relief, tornado relief. He just seems like a good guy. He really wants. He's got a chip on his shoulder too. This is a good position for him. Economically, knows his way around a charity. Made big trades. It's a good story. I'll give it an A- because there's no like outstanding economic accomplishment, but there's definitely economic accomplishment. We'll go B+ because it's still pretty darn good. All right, good job, Howard. All right, next up, Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation. Let's talk about cars. TV personality, politician, prosecutor, lobbyist. Okay, this will be good for Elon, probably. Born Wisconsin. Log rolling. The heck is log rolling? I gotta know. Oh. Interesting.
For your pool, camp, or aquatic facility.
That is Ellie Davenport, and on our right is Maggie Penning. You can see they are pulling out on this, what is considered a number 2 log. Our women start on the number 2 log. It's 14 inches in diameter. You saw they threw their poles and you heard a whistle there. That means the match is officially underway. The judges want to wait, make sure there's a nice clean start, no disadvantage to either roller. That's when they'll blow their whistle, and then anything goes from there.
Are they going against each other?
Ellie Davenport is one of the biggest names in the females of this sport.
I think they're trying to get the other one off.
If you're a football fan, she's sort of the Peyton Manning of this sport, if you think about it.
At the time being, absolutely. She has been dominating competitions the last 2 years, I'd say. She's on our left there in that headband. She is our defending world champion, actually. And again, on our right, we have Maggie Penning.
This is actually kind of intense.
This will be an interesting match. I could see it going a while, actually. As you can see, the two rollers there are facing the same direction. That's what's called a running match. There's really no, they're both either running backwards or running forwards at the same time. So there's no real advantage either way. They're similar build log rollers, so I don't really see either one of them taking full control of the log, trying to be real aggressive. I think
take full control
there's a
of the
1
log.
minute time limit on this log. I would be real surprised if we saw a fall. And actually, there's the whistle. We got time. Time is out for that log, if you will.
Now explain to
Wow.
our viewers, there are 5 matches, or in a match there are 5 what you call falls.
Yep, potentially 5 falls. And of course, it's 3 out of 5, so you'll see at least 3. You got to win 3 of the 5. And we
Athletes
I must
in the
see
competition.
someone
You never
fall.
falls. She can do it. She's been
Oh,
all
shit.
around a long time. There's a lot of action
Oh,
already.
yeah.
aggressive.
Wow.
And
Yes.
You saw what happened there. She got one. She got
Yeah.
one back on her.
She just, as we'll
That's
see in the
crazy.
replay, it's
That's so crazy. Okay. Hey, don't knock it till you look it up. Interesting. So anyways, what was he? Sean Duffy, transportation. Let's hear about cars. All right, logs aren't quite cars, but it's fine. District attorney. So he's definitely a lawyer. Wage requirements. Still not talking about cars. Frozen salaries. I don't like that. Urging to the leader, allow House vote. Okay, so he's going to be negotiating to make Teslas cheaper. That's what this is. Supported immigration and travel ban. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense for Trump. In regards to the actual position, I mean, other than logs, I didn't see too much there. That's a D. We'll go D plus. Sorry, Sean. Chris Wright, Secretary of Energy. Okay, this will be interesting. This might be the wrong guy. Yeah, it's the wrong guy. My apologies. Let's go with Wiki. Something happened, it looks like. All right, activist, energy executive. That's got to be him. Yeah, there he is. They took all their pictures from Wiki. American energy businessman, chief executive of Liberty Energy. Good sign. Nuclear testing company. Okay. November 2024. President Trump nominated right to be United States. Yep. Colorado. Went to MIT. Drank fracking fluid to prove it was not dangerous. In January 2023, he said there is no climate crisis while we're not in the midst of an energy transition either. He claimed the climate movement around the world was collapsing under its own weight. Commercial shale gas production through fracking. Okay, so he's the guy that drank the the whole frack water. That's funny. But on the other side, he is an energy businessman. For me, that's a solid A. Gotta be. For that position. Doug Burgum. He looks like the younger version of the dad from Schitt's Creek. I gotta do side by side. Eugene Levy. Oh, is that guy actually his son? That's cool. No, not videos, images. All right, here we go. That's pretty. Remember that face. Dirt. And dirt. Pretty close. Pretty close. Oh, spoiler. All right, Doug Burnham. Going for the interior. Oh, yeah, he's very fashionable. I don't know what the interior does, to be honest. Bachelor, Stanford. You later mortgaged and inherited farmland to invest in the Great Plains software in Fargo. Becoming the president, Burgum sold the company to Microsoft for $1.1 billion. Wow. Chairman to SuccessFactors. Son of, he's born and grandfathered. His grandfather established a grain elevator. He started a chimney sweeping business. How old is this guy? 56. Oh, yeah, he's a little older. Let's look what that means. The interior. What does the Secretary of the Interior do? Management. Oh, and conservation of most federal land along with natural resources. Politics. Secretary. Okay. Line of succession. No need. Okay, so basically they manage farmland, so I mean this guy's great. I mean this is a great pick. So far. Clean technologies. Real estate developer. Okay. Yeah. Political career. Speed limit. Raise the state speed limit. Make save the farmland and drive fast. Okay. Possibly could have been vice president. He's his new energy czar to handle deregulation and private investments. Okay, this guy is good for that. He's got a background. Burgum's confirmation hearing before the Energy Natural Resource Committee was scheduled for the 14th. Would be inaugurated. Posted a date. Blah, 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 blah. Energy supports fossil fuel. CO2 pipelines. Been a vocal supporter of carbon capture pipelines, while governor going so far as to allow 3 natural gas companies, Summit, Navigator, and Wolf, to use eminent domain. Oh, don't like that, but wow. Yeah, let's go ahead and give this a. This is another A. He's got what he needs for the position. Knows about land. Knows the interior. Doug Collins. Doug Collins is going for the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. That's good. Needs some military. Republican Party, previously served House of Representatives, got in the Senate, career, military service, here we go. In the 80s, Collins served 2 years in the United States Navy as a Navy chaplain. After the September 11 attacks, Collins joined the United States Air Force Reserve Command. Yeah. Yeah, it's another good one. I think, being a veteran's important. He's a veteran. I think he's good. I'm gonna go B minus on that one, because there was no real direct stuff. RFK, we know a lot about RFK. He's going for the Secretary of Health and Human Services. This is huge. I'm not going to go super deep because I know a lot of this stuff, and the food pyramid is messed up beyond belief. He himself talks the funny way because of a vaccine injury. He was starkly against Anthony Fauci. Wrote a book on him, The Real Anthony Fauci. This is an A+ pick for me, especially if you follow his story. Like, it's very interesting. Minus, I mean, obviously everyone's got personal stuff, but at the same time, like, has nothing to do with his views. The man literally talks because how he talks because of a vaccine injury. I think he'd be very hands-on with what needs to get done. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence. Again, kind of similar. A lot of hate on her, but military service. She went really high in the military. She's dealt with fires. She's in Hawaii. She's the right person for the job. That's an A+. Yeah. What's this? Oh, that's this guy. Let me clear this up a little bit. Getting close. But Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. I always think about this whenever I think of Marco Rubio. This is just bad. I'm going to play it, though.
For example, you're the only person on the stage that's ever been fined for hiring people to work on your projects illegally. You hired some workers from Poland.
I'm the only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired anybody.
Well, in fact, some of the people he hired. Well, but hold on.
I've hired. And by the way, I've hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've hired
1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from another
with your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me say. Let me finish the statement. This is important.
You haven't hired one person
He
in
hired
your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right now. Look it up. Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
You know, it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different. Right. That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator
anybody.
Cruz.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second.
So cute. Such a cute soundbite.
But no, it's not a soundbite. It's a fact.
Yeah,
Again, go online and Google it. Donald Trump, Polish workers. You'll see it. The second thing about the trade war, I don't understand, because your ties and the clothes you make is made in Mexico and in China. So you're going to be starting a trade war against your own ties and your own suits. All right.
You know why? Because
why don't you make
they
them in
devalue
America?
their currencies.
No.
They devalue their currencies.
Well, then make them in America.
That makes it impossible. Well, you don't know anything about business. You lose on
make them in
everything you do.
America.
You don't know anything about it because you're a lousy
Well, I don't know
businessman.
anything about bankrupting four companies.
No,
You bankrupted four
You know what? You know what?
I don't know anything
person
about
is so kind.
starting a university. That was a fake university.
First of all,
a fake university.
Hey, Wolf, let me ask you, am I allowed to respond to this?
You're
guy?
allowed. You've been responding.
Okay, well, no, I haven't. I really haven't.
He's talked through the whole thing.
Here's the guy that buys a house for $179,000. He sells it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000, and then legislation is passed. You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have.
Here's the guy that inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
Wrong. That is so wrong. We'll work on that. I took $1 million and I turned it into $10 billion. I borrowed $1 million.
Then release the tax return so he can see how much money he makes.
I borrowed $1 million. I turned it into $10 billion, more than $10 billion.
As soon as I step foot into the Oval Office.
I have to say, he lied this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Yeah.
You lied to the students of Trump University.
That's Senator Cruz.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies. here's what you didn't hear in that answer. And this is important, guys. This is an important thing. What is your plan? I understand the lines around the state, whatever that means. This is not a game where you draw maps
and you
around.
don't know what it
What
means.
is your plan?
That's the problem.
What is your plan on health care? You don't have a plan.
The biggest
Well, what is
problem
it?
he
I'll
doesn't
give
know.
you 1 minute of
The
my
biggest
time to tell me
problem
his
he's
plan.
got is he
What's his
doesn't know.
plan?
You know, I watched him melt down 2 weeks ago with Chris Christie. I got to tell you, the biggest problem he's got is he really doesn't know about the lines. The biggest thing we've got, and the reason we have no competition, is because we have lines around the state, and you have
we already mentioned that as part of my plan. I know what that is. But what else is part of your plan? So your only thing is to get rid of the lines around the states. What else is part of your health care plan?
The lines around the states mean.
That's your only
and it
plan.
was almost done. No. You know
All
what
right,
that does?
I'll
That
give him
brings
time
in.
to mind. He can tell us his plan.
Excuse me. That
What's your
brings
plan?
in competition. When you get rid of the lines, it brings in competition. So instead of having one insurance company taking care of, I tell the truth. I tell the truth.
You will have time to.
And
Please
the
stop.
lines around the state. Every night. Same thing.
Senator Rubio.
I tell the truth. I tell
Senator
the
Rubio,
truth.
you will have time to respond if you
All
would
right.
just let Mr. Trump respond to what
Yeah,
you
he's
just
gonna give us
posed
his
to
plan
him.
now, right?
If
Okay.
you could talk a little bit more about your plan. I know you talked about
No,
the
we're going to have
interstate.
many different plans
Can you
because there's
give us
going to be
specific?
competition.
Said it again.
There's going to be competition. There is going to be competition among all of the states and the insurance companies. They're going to have many, many different plans.
Is there anything else you would like to add to that? as part of
No,
your
there's
plan?
nothing to add. What's to add?
In all fairness, Marco is not a negotiator. I watched him melt down, and I'll tell you, it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
He's not going down.
He thinks the
Excuse me, wait
Palestinian is a
minute, wait
real
minute.
estate deal.
And these people may even be tougher than Chris Christie, okay?
The Palestinians
They may
are not
even
a
be
real
tougher.
estate deal,
Okay,
Donald.
no. A deal.
They're not a real estate
deal is a
deal.
deal. Let me tell you,
A
I've
deal
learned
is
a
not
long
a deal
time
when you're
ago.
dealing with terrorists. Have you
You
ever
are not a
negotiated with terrorists?
negotiator.
He's not
You are not a
Palestine for
negotiator.
this. Okay, so you kind of get it. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of destroy each other. I mean, so that's a little sketch. What is his position? Secretary of State. Okay. He's just a career politician, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Speaker of the Florida House. Elected, born, okay, immigrant. Okay, so he was an immigrant. This is interesting since, yeah, he was deported. So I wonder how he feels about Trump with that whole scenario. 3 siblings, okay. Bachelor, yeah, he went to political science, career politician, election, major whip and majority leader. Okay, again, leader, House Speaker. Was he House Speaker? He was Speaker after Senate Representative Dennis Braxton dropped out. He swore in. Oh, wow. So he's Speaker of the House. Okay, I mean, sure. Political position. You saw that video clip. He's got a storied career. Jeez. All right, so Jesus, it keeps going. All right, I mean, political guy, Secretary of State. We'll give it a. I mean, as far as you're not gonna find someone more knowledgeable about politics. Still related to the position, sure. I mean, C+, just because of that argument. John Radcliffe, Director of Central Intelligence Agency. Previously served. State's Attorney. Yeah. Announced he would gain. Okay, yeah. Early life. Lawyer. That's interesting, putting a lawyer in. Look how fake this guy looks. Jeez. He looks like a Courage the Cowardly Dog villain. That's terrifying. Lawyer. Chief Anti-Terrorism and National Security. Okay, so starting 2004 is when he really dove into this side of it. That's also not good. I don't like that. Because of that administration and the cybersecurity laws and everything. Personally managed dozens of international and domestic terrorism investigations. Puts terrorists in prison. U.S. versus the Holy Land Foundation. Sit in prison because I persecuted them for funneling money to terrorist groups. Became partnered with former attorney Ashcroft and Sutton. Ashcroft, Sutton, Ratcliffe, sorry. Part of the transition team. Okay. House of Representatives. Tenure. Committee assignments. Judiciary and the Homeland Security. Okay. So that's another positive. This feels like a C so far. Director of National Intelligence. Yeah, that's what I was noticing. Little engagement. Well, at the same time, I don't know. He was in everything involved since 2004. That's 21 years of kind of being around this kind of stuff. Especially being in the Bush administration. Too unqualified and too partisan to serve at such a role. Why? I mean, as long as they're not misusing it, then sounds normal to me. I mean, COVID happened. As far as social media, that was basically the left, right? I mean, that's kind of factual at this point. Look at Facebook right now. Threatening emails were sent to Democrats in at least 4 states. The emails warned, "You will vote for Trump on election day, or we will come after you." Radcliffe announced evening that emails using his spoofed return address had been sent. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it just sounds like a scam. Top threat, China. Supported Trump. Term limits were a central part of the platform. Cybersecurity. Chairman. See, like, what are they talking about? Like, he's got background in this. Like, maybe not running the CIA, but he definitely has some background. Net neutrality, that's big. In 2015, signed a letter from Congress along with 166 members of Congress to chairman supporting. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That's real bad. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's a bad pick. That's real bad. Just because of that net neutrality thing, I mean, that's gonna have to be a D. That's a bad pick. That's a real bad pick. Kristi Noem. Homeland Security. Governor. Career politician. This isn't a good pick either. It looks like this guy's gonna be running it. And then Homeland Security, like, which is definitely gonna be, I don't see this shit. Transparency, a key part of our platform. China an enemy. Alright, I mean, that's a little good. Let's talk drones. What you gotta say about drones? Conflict with Native American tribes, very good. COVID stuff, don't need to read it. Department of Corrections, alright, now we're talking. Alright, so like reviewing the Department of Corrections. Signed a bill, a law abolishing South Dakota's permanent requirement to carry a concealed handgun. Oh, okay. So that's a good thing. Meth We're On It campaign. I remember this. On November 18th, 2009, Nome released a meth awareness campaign named Meth. We're on it. The campaign was widely mocked, and Nome was criticized for spending $449,000 of public funds while hiring out-of-state advertising agency from Minnesota to lead the project. I mean, I guess it probably did raise awareness because it's just so funny. I mean, career politician. Autobiography. Oh boy. Alright, I mean, this is not a good pick, I don't think. That's a D. I don't like these career politicians. I get it, but I don't like it. Pete Hegseth. Alright, this guy is getting a lot of heat right now. Calling him an alcoholic, calling him all this stuff. He was on Fox, but he's also a hardcore military veteran. Fox commentator. He was most recent this year, or 2024. He was an executive director for Vets for Freedom and Concerned Veterans for America. Alright, big military guy. Graduated from Princeton. Was also commissioned as an infantry officer in the National Guard. 2004, he went to Guantanamo Bay, where he was an infantry platoon leader. Volunteered to serve in Baghdad and Samaria during time in Iraq. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, Combat Infantryman Badge, and Second Army Commendation Medal. Yeah. He returned to active duty in 2012 as captain. By 2015 or 2016, Hegseth had been promoted to rank of major and was assigned to Army Individual Ready Reserve. 2020, Hegseth volunteered as one of the up to 25,000 National Guard troops to be put on active duty to protect the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Senate campaign, Fox News, Secretary of Defense, personal life. Oh, in 2017, while still married to Deering, Hegseth had a daughter with Fox executive producer Jennifer Rochette. Her and Deering divorced in 2017. Hegseth and Rochette married in 2019. Wow. That is pretty wild. He just lives fast, dies hard. As far as the Secretary of Defense, I don't think you can find somebody better, as much as they want to say he's not a great guy. I mean, yeah, personal life aside and alcoholism or whatever aside, like, I don't know. It seems like he's got his head on straight to hold a gun and go to war multiple times and fight for the country. I'd say that's an A. That's an A. Despite what the media says, that's an A. Lee Zeldin, Environmental Protection Agency. So he's probably got like no values, I'd assume. Because why would you want somebody that's gonna be a road bump and everything going on? Let me guess. Career politician, military service and legal practice. Okay, lawyer, Army, got it. Career politician and lawyer. Sounds like he'll be on Trump's side. Gubernation. Norfolk Governor of New York. $4 million. Yeah, this is a career politician. This guy is going to just not be a road bump. It's a C. I mean, for the position, he's political and will not get in Trump's way. Susie Stefanik, ambassador to the UN. So let's see some overseas stuff. Representative, career politician, was 30 when elected to the House, making her the youngest woman elected. Known for her pro-Israeli beliefs, gained national attention for an intense questioning of university presidents during widely televised U.S. congressional hearing on anti-Semitism. Stefanik's question contributed to the subsequent resignation of Liz Magnell and was awarded. Stefanik was awarded the Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Associate Defender of Israeli Award by a Zionist organization. Oh, great. Albany, New York. She was 14. She was featured in a Times Union profile. The article quoted saying, "I support the Republican view, especially his." Wow, at 14, dang. Went to Harvard. Career politician. It sounds like Trump's going to kind of handle overseas stuff, unless there's something I'm missing here. A lot of culture stuff. And okay, here we go. Yeah, she doesn't really have any overseas. She didn't have any overseas foreign affairs. Here we go. Considered to be hawkish towards China, calling the country a key challenge. Yeah, okay. Sounds like we want to gain some ground on China. Pro-Israel. Okay, I mean, I don't really know. Just seems like another person to not get in the way of things. I mean, again, career politician, youngest woman to hold office. I would say probably for the position of ambassador to the UN. That's a career politician. I gotta go D+. That's not a great pick, I don't think. Young, sure. But this lady is actually interesting to me. Susie Wiles. She seems like very motherly. Like during when Trump got, when he won the election, she was on stage and she was very bashful. But I thought this is the person that like talked to, like the news media and stuff. I don't know how she can handle that, but maybe she's a badass. Let's find out. Looks very sweet. This looks like the picture on a can of soup. Lobbyist. Okay. Hired as assistant for Representative Jack Kemp. 80. She joined Ronald Reagan. Wow, that's cool. Scheduler. Also helped DeSantis campaign. Wiles ran Trump's campaign the first time. America Save PAC Chief of Staff. Yeah, there's not much on her. Nicknames: Ice Maiden, Ice Baby. Wow. Born and raised in New Jersey. That's cool. Her father, Maryland, is married to Lanny Wells. I'm very curious on Susie Wiles. We'll have to see how she does. That's neat. I can't wait to see this old lady go up against the news media. Last but not least, Vice President J.D. Vance. Again, there's a lot of podcasts and stuff on him. He's a great speaker. I think he compliments Trump well. I think this is an A. Susie Wiles, I have a questionable, like, it could be an A+, it could be an F. I'm going to go with, I just keep it safe and go in the middle at C. J.D. Vance, we're going to go with an A+. I don't think he could have picked a better vice president, especially during the key Joe Rogan interviews. He was amazing on there. He really complimented the Trump interview. So that's the cabinet. And I'll do more videos on these people as we talk about them. I gave grades. We'll see how they